Today's horoscope, Cancer October 6, 2024. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. You can find it natural to hook into and follow a passion or special interest today. However, there can be some tension, especially as the day advances. Watch for overstating or rushing conversations and conclusions with a Mercury-Mars aspect influencing the day. Watch also for impatience as the pace can be intense, but tripping up is more likely if you rush through things. It may very well be that you're putting too much pressure on yourself to make a decision. New ideas are exciting, but there can also be associated worries. Mars transiting your sign makes this particular aspect more personal for you. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself, but do it without defensiveness, if possible, for the best results. The temptation to push a matter or to jump into action before getting all the facts is strong but is probably unwise. You likely noticed a slight tingle and shift in the cosmic energy as early as yesterday. This is because mighty Mars, the red planet of sex, drive, and passion, has entered its pre-shadow phase in your solar house of identity in your zodiac sign. You will be the most affected zodiac sign of all because of this cycle. Slowly, as you march toward your fated retrograde phase, you'll notice minor frustrations popping up in your personal and romantic life, as well as decreased levels of energy. This is a karmic cycle you are entering, so pay attention to what the universe is telling you. What do you want to change? You may feel surprisingly frustrated with yourself when the pre-shadow period for Mars retrograde begins. The mounting aggravation will become increasingly palpable throughout the pre-shadow period. Something as simple as a stain on your shirt could ruin your whole workday. Since you will feel moodier than usual, you will have to be mindful of how your mood impacts others at work. Your emotional energy could shift the workplace's vibe, so be careful of how you come across. Use this energy for the better by instilling motivation and ambition instead of anger. You may feel extra emotional today, and it is important to stick to some semblance of a routine so that the planetary energy doesn't overpower you. Do anything you can to bolster your nervous and immune systems by choosing peaceful activities over highly stimulating ones. Your number will incite you to follow rather than open up a path today, so you may feel somewhat submissive in relation to a person or situation close to you. You may have to bear a burden or try to find an equilibrium. Take responsibility for your dependence on others, concentrate on the task that needs to be accomplished, and take the long view. Today, you don't have the necessary hand to move things ahead alone. Just in time for the weekend, the moon makes its only visit to a fun, playful, romantic, and creatively charged area of your chart while Venus, the planet of love, is present. This occurs just as Venus forms a favorable connection with Saturn in retrograde motion in an adventurous section of your chart. Although Venus is still several days away from forming a positive aspect with Mars, known for passion and strength in Cancer, the moon will interact with all these elements. This alignment offers you better insight into an evolving blend of nostalgia, romance, passion, and adventure. At the same time that Pluto moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your relationship sector, the moon returns for its only visit to your romantic sector while Venus, the planet of love, is here, and with perfect timing. While the relationship gods are holding the doors open to the past, the moon has returned just as Venus' friendly aspect to Saturn is bringing together a potent mix of romance, adventure, and nostalgia. Daily Planetary Overview. Let's take a moment to talk about those magical moments, the ones where everything suddenly seems to fall into place, as if the answer had been sitting there all along, just waiting for you to notice it. Have you ever been caught in the cycle of overthinking, weighing every possible angle, only for the solution to hit you out of the blue when you least expect it? That's the energy today has in store for you. You may find that the clarity you've been chasing arrives when you stop searching so hard for it. Often, the best ideas and insights come to us when we allow ourselves a moment to just be. It's like when you're trying to recall something, and the moment you stop trying, the answer pops right into your mind. Think back to a time when everything clicked for you, a moment when, after a lot of deliberation, the path forward suddenly became crystal clear. How did that feel? Was it a sense of relief, excitement, or even surprise? Share your story. It's likely that someone else is feeling stuck right now, and your experience could be the encouragement they need. Speaking of challenges, today may bring some twists and turns that require you to be flexible. But think of these obstacles not as roadblocks but as part of the process, tasks to be completed with patience and determination. Have you ever set out on a path with one plan in mind, only to discover that you had to adjust your course along the way? Maybe that change ended up being the best thing that could have happened. Remember, success doesn't always come in a straight line. Life's journey often has detours, and that's perfectly okay. Those detours can be rich with lessons and unexpected blessings. If you've ever had a setback that later turned out to be a hidden blessing, share it with us. Your story could inspire someone who's facing a similar hurdle today. Sometimes, in our eagerness to get things done, we lose the joy in the process. Think about the last time you were so focused on checking items off your to-do list that you forgot to enjoy the journey. Today is a reminder to pace yourself and embrace the small moments along the way. Life isn't just about reaching the destination, it's about finding meaning and satisfaction in the steps that lead you there. So, take a breath, give yourself permission to slow down, and enjoy the ride. Have you ever had one of those days where, on the surface, everything seems fine, but underneath, something just feels off? It's like your emotions are out of sync with the world around you. You're not alone. We all experience those moments, and today's planetary alignments might be stirring up exactly that kind of energy. It can be confusing when your emotions don't quite match your circumstances, but remember, it's okay to feel this way. You don't need to analyze every emotion or fix everything right away. Sometimes the best thing you can do is acknowledge what you're feeling without judgment. Let those feelings be, without trying to change them. Have you ever noticed how quickly a bad mood can pass when you stop fighting it and simply allow yourself to feel? Tension, frustration, or confusion can be fleeting if you don't resist them. Be kind and gentle with yourself today. These emotional ups and downs won't last forever, and on the other side of them, there's brighter energy waiting to fill your spirit. If you've experienced this kind of emotional ebb and flow before, how did you move through it? What tools or practices helped you come back into balance? Share with USA Euro. We'd love to hear your experiences. Whether it's taking time to meditate, talking with a friend, or simply giving yourself a quiet moment to reset, your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Remember, we're all navigating this journey together. Embrace each moment, trust that clarity will come when it's meant to, and know that you're exactly where you need to be right now. You've got this.